What up, world? This is Black Rambo. Just finished beating Uncharted 4 and decided to give you a little quick review about what's going on and what I think about the game. Like I said, we had not too many games like this coming out for PlayStation 4, even Xbox One, really, just like story-based games with pretty graphics and cutscenes and stuff like that. So you kind of got to wait and wait and wait, and eventually you get a game like that, then you can kind of go from there. Basically, just I'm not gonna do any spoilers. I'll just give you a quick rundown of it. I mean, like I said, this game is heavily based on the story mode. You kind of got to know something about the other games before you play this one. You got to know stuff about 3. You got to know stuff about 2 and 1 because 4 kind of has elements and leads into all of those games. So you gotta be familiar with Uncharted. I wouldn't recommend this game if you know nothing about the other games. If you never played the other games, definitely play the Uncharted collection first. PlayStation was damn near giving those games away, so you can play them, and you'll be fine with that. Uh, what is it about the story? Just gonna give you a quick synopsis of the story on it. I mean, it's pretty simple. Uh, your brother Sam Drake just popped out of nowhere. Is retcon. He has never been announced in the game before, but pops out of nowhere. Is back in Drake's life, telling him, "Hey, we got this treasure. We can go get this treasure. Me and you need to get it." They've been trying to get this treasure for the last 15 years, but now they're going to try to complete it and try to get it over this other guy that used to try to get it, who, may or may not be the bad guy. You have to see from there. But Drake kind of moved on from his life, so he's got to make a choice. Like, how important is this treasure? Is this treasure more important than what I have going on in my life right now? But is my brother? I am my brother's keeper. All that plays into it, so he's kind of torn. And it's a really interesting story. I mean, like I said, if you played Uncharted game, then you understand the Uncharted cinematics and acting, and motion captures like that. I mean, it rivals, Hollywood. It's up there. Presentation is up there. A lot of these things they're saying in dialogue, it don't even feel like it's written. It don't even feel like it's scripted. It feel like they're just saying something, and it just feels just organic and natural. I mean, the game, I guess, is 10 hours, 13 hours. I really didn't time myself on how long I beat it, but it kind of reminds me of kind of like a Netflix binge watching. That's what it felt like when I was playing this thing. So I was like, yeah, it felt like I was watching a whole Netflix TV show. Then when the TV show was over with, I'm sitting there like, damn, okay, what do I do now? I can watch it again, I can play it again, beat it again, or whatever, but it'll never be as good as that first time you played through it and watched everything. So yeah, I mean, like I said, Naughty Dog has done it again. Story mode, I would say, graphic wise, no game on PlayStation 4 beats this game. I mean, it's insane, the graphics. I mean, it's really putting the PS4 to its limit, showing you what it can do. It's flexing its muscles. I'm like, wow, everything is just eye candy. The game will even pan away from Drake and show you like all the eye candy around you. You're like, wow, this game is just beautiful. So it's breathtaking. The animation is breathtaking. Story wise, it's not Last of Us where it's like, it pulls on the emotional strings or anything like that. It does have some moments in it, but it's not to the level or the emotional weight of The Last of Us. You can tell that the same guys from The Last of Us worked on this game because you'll see certain cues on it from there. So yeah, but overall, I mean, just the presentation and the graphics and everything like that. I mean, if I were just to rate it just on presentation, graphics, and everything like that, I would give the game a 6.5 out of 5 and just call it a day, and that's it. But it doesn't quite work like that because this is a game. And with the game, you're paying $60 for a video game. It can't just be Netflix binge watching and that's it. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But you got to make sure you're getting your money's worth. As far as what I think about the actual gameplay of Uncharted 4, now to be honest with you, I never really was a fan of Uncharted gameplay, even though it did get better over and over time. There are some really awesome like action set pieces and cutscenes and things like that. It's just mind blowing and just blow your mind away. And it's really beautiful, but at the same time, it's out of that. It's not 10 hours of it. You have to do a lot of jumping and climbing and swinging and pulling and dragging and pushing, and it just gets monotonous over time, man. You just like, when is this shit gonna end? I'm going from this lodge to this lodge, because the platforming on Uncharted is not very fun. It's not. I mean, it's autocorrect. You jump, it's gonna correct itself. Half time you're just looking on where to jump to, and you'll know. But if you don't know, you're gonna sit there and look frustrated all the time. The puzzles are like stupidly easy on this game. Even if you don't know it, the game will eventually just tell you how to beat the puzzles anyway. So that doesn't really matter. Uh, game gunplay wise, I felt like this is the best gunplay action we've seen in an Uncharted game yet, because the gunplay really feels good. The AI has changed up a little bit on this game. The AI used to be just dumb as hell in these games. You should just sit behind a box and just wait for you to shoot and just pop the head back up like a whack-a-mole. That was it. But now they actually get out there. They'll throw grenades. They will flank you. They will really, test your limits, and it really feels like you're playing it, almost playing against real people. Almost like since the game has, has multiplayer in the games before, it's kind of programmed on the tendencies of what a real player might do. So they feel more like real people than in any other single player Uncharted game. So the gunplay battles are really, really fun, especially since a lot of the levels have like different levels to them during the gunplay arenas. Like you can jump to the second level or jump to this ledge and jump to that ledge, and you can either take this guy out or you can go stealth. It's like really, really fun. But for some reason on this game, it feels like it's less combat on it during the single story mode than any other Uncharted game, where I feel like the Uncharted game was just constantly throwing into way too many combat modes. You want combat modes on this one, and you almost barely get them. I mean, towards the end of it, it kind of ramp it up, but it's like, wow, you itching for it because you're tired of the jumping and the hopping and the skipping and the swinging and all the other stuff. You want to just get to the meat of it. But I digress. That's the thing about Uncharted. Love it or leave it. The gameplay is fun. Graphics are beautiful. The story is amazing. I mean, if you want to just show off your PS4 to friends, you're gonna send a YouTube clip of like the favorite scenes and check this out, and it's gonna be some mind blowing. So they're gonna be like, "Whoa, I need to get that game right now." Don't tell them about the 10 hours of jumping and hopping and skipping. Don't tell them that. Just show them the good stuff, and then go from there. The game does have multiplayer. I mean, to be honest with you, I've always felt if you buy Uncharted strictly for multiplayer and that's your main goal, you're doing it wrong. The multiplayer is fun. It's not gonna overtake Battlefield. It's not gonna overtake Call of Duty. It's fun. It's there, and it does feel like they put a lot of time and effort into it. But yeah, it's there. It's kind of there to justify the $60 price tag, because if the single player was just there and that's it, it wouldn't be worth $60 at all. So get your fun out of multiplayer. Have fun with it. Hell, you might even have some folks that like live and die and swear by the multiplayer. I don't see how, when you got Battlefield and Halo, and especially everybody keeps talking about Overwatch, which I don't even think even has single player, it just has multiplayer, and everybody's going nuts over that game. But if you're looking for a multiplayer game and you don't have another game other than this one, it'll do. That'll get the job done. But overall, that's how I feel about Uncharted. The game is there. The game is beautiful. Definitely use it to show it off. Naughty Dog puts together another graphical showcase, and it does have some fun moments in it. Definitely want to play it. May not even be my favorite Uncharted game, because I think 2 was definitely a lot better. It did balance out. It had a better story with it, better action set piece, because I do feel like even with the action set pieces in this game, I feel like they're just kind of rehashing what was already in 2, just at a more graphically beautiful and refined level. But you've seen this before if you played all 4 Uncharted games already. But yeah, I mean, I'm being negative, but at the same time, it's a must. If you have a PS4, it is a must-play game, especially if you're in the story mode, based games. If you're that type of player to skip cutscenes and just get right to the action on it, you might want to think twice about getting this game. But if you love a good story-based game and you just want it, I mean, basically what the game is, that it's the jack of all trades, master of none. Other than graphics, it's master of the graphics. They've got that shit down packed. So Uncharted 4, I give it a rating of 4.5 out of 5. If you got a PS4, why have you not played it yet?